Presented by Listen Headlines. Latest financial news from trusted sources.
January 28, 1900 America, New York. Quantitative tightening is no substitute for higher interest rates. Reversing trillions of dollars of asset purchases may prove to be an unreliable tool. January 28, 1900 America, New York. How is Omicron affecting the global economic recovery? High-frequency data suggest the effect may be limited, and short-lived. January 28, 1900 America, New York. Personal finance is a hit on TikTok. One survey suggests nearly a quarter of young American investors have used it for financial advice. January 28, 1900 America, New York. Has Deutsche Bank turned the corner? Investors seem to think the bank has stabilized at last. January 28, 7:10 America, New York. US dollar remains bid, however, nears overextended territory. Fed-induced rally places USD into overextended territory, eyes on month-end London 4 p.m. fix. January 28, 7:03 America, New York. Qualtrics adds up after cloud sell-off. The software provider's rough ride since its IPO has turned it into a relative bargain. January 28, 7 o'clock America, New York. Apple takes smartphone lead in China, helping drive record profit. Apple's latest record holiday quarter came in part because of excitement for the iPhone 13 in China, where homegrown Huawei has seen a decline in its market share following U.S. January 28, 7 o'clock America, New York. UK inflation, similar, for poorer and richer households, says ONS. National Statistics Agency's findings challenge claim that effect of rising prices is greater on low-income families. January 28, 6:45 America, New York. Chevron rakes in $15.6 billion in annual profits as oil prices climb. The oil giant had a dramatic turnaround in 2021, as fossil fuel demand recovered from pandemic-induced lows. January 28, 6:45 America, New York. Chevron rakes in $15.6 billion in annual profits as oil prices climb. The oil giant had a dramatic turnaround in 2021, as fossil fuel demand recovered from pandemic-induced lows. January 28, 6:43 America, New York. A very different Beijing Olympics. Bubble in which games are held is a partial metaphor for today's China. January 28, 6:40 America, New York. Apple, Robinhood, Visa, Western Digital. What to watch when the stock market opens today. Apple notched record quarterly results. Robinhood reported a bigger than expected loss. January 28, 6:17 America, New York. Scandal-tarred Luckin Coffee plots a comeback. Nearly 2 years after Luckin Coffee stunned global investors with an audacious accounting fraud, the Chinese coffee chain is attempting to turn over a new leaf. January 28, 6:17 America, New York. Scandal-tarred Luckin Coffee plots a comeback. Nearly 2 years after Luckin Coffee stunned global investors with an audacious accounting fraud, the Chinese coffee chain is attempting to turn over a new leaf. January 28, 5:41 America, New York. AUD, USD breaking down as multi-month support creaks. The Australian dollar is touching a multi-month low against a rampant US dollar with little support in sight to prop up the pair. January 28, 5:33 America, New York. Just about every NYC employer will soon have to disclose pay secrets. A new law requires nearly all companies hiring in the city to list expected pay on job listings as of May 15. Business groups oppose it. January 28, 5:30 America, New York. The real break on America's electric vehicle revolution. Capital is pouring into US EV and battery plants, but not into the foundations of a domestic battery industry, leaving the supply chain uncomfortably dependent on China. January 28, 5:30 America, New York. Consumer spending could be slowed by inflation, Omicron. Consumers showed signs of pulling back on spending heading into 2022, as prices surged and Omicron disrupted operations at factories, airlines and restaurants. January 28, 5:30 America, New York. China's property crisis has investors in green bonds seeing red. The sell-off in China's property bond market and a string of defaults have hammered prices for many dollar-denominated green bonds issued by developers. January 28. 5:30 America, New York. U.S. employers confront highest labor costs in 20 years, fueling inflation. The Labor Department's quarterly employment cost index is expected to show that wages continue to rise at the highest rate on record. January 28. 5:30 America, New York, where 6 meme stock investors are now. A massive influx of small-time traders caused shares of some companies to go haywire last year. We checked back in with some who were riding the meme stock wave in 2021 to see where they, and their portfolios, stand amid a new bout of market turbulence. January 28. 5:30 America, New York, the real break on America's electric vehicle revolution. Capital is pouring into U.S. EV and battery plants, but not into the foundations of a domestic battery industry, leaving the supply chain uncomfortably dependent on China. January 28. 5:16 America, New York, Google to invest up to $1 billion in deal with India's Bharti Airtel. The investment is part of Google's efforts to build its presence in one of the world's last great untapped digital markets. January 28. 5 o'clock America, New York, U.S. inflation gauges expected to show sustained rising pressure. Latest data on consumer prices and labor costs could give Fed more cover for tightening. January 28. 5 o'clock America, New York, using tech to optimize your Social Security benefits. A variety of online tools can guide retirees looking to make the most of this benefit, which many older Americans depend on. January 28. 5 o'clock America, New York, Mardi Gras, Coachella and other events are back. Yes. And Coachella, too. After canceling many major events over the last 2 years, organizers are going forward in the first months of 2022, though there may be adjustments. In 2021, New Orleans canceled its Mardi Gras parades and official celebrations, though visitors still flocked to Bourbon Street in the days leading up to the holiday. January 28. 3:55 America, New York, Euro technical forecast, EUR, USD bear flag break seeks support. After a dismal week for Euro bulls, all eyes shift to next week for an high-impact Eurozone economic calendar including the ECB rate decision. EUR, USD pursues 1.1100.